Hello everyone, this is called Pro195 streaming live, and here I am live with my Elgato game capture HD60s livestream test within OBS Studio at 1080p at 60 frames per second. And yeah, as you can tell by the title, I'll be playing Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy for the first time in a long time. Now, I'm pretty much doing this just to test the waters, just to see how everything goes. And see how the capture card, how long it actually lasts in terms of maintaining a stable video feed. And so far it's been working spectacularly off air. And just like in the previous livestream, I'm also currently in the general voice chat of the Dingo Crash Discord server, so for those of you who are currently watching this live, and are also within the Dingo Crash Discord server, feel free to join the commentary. Jump in and make it as eventful as you can. As eventful as possible, but yeah. And yeah, as you can see, there are a few duplicates of my account. Well, not exactly duplicates, but in a way they're different versions. Some of you, of course, some of you who've been watching my channel as of last year anyway would know that I have an American PSN account, but now as of recently I've also created a New Zealand account and a Japanese account. So yeah, now I have, which the one currently you see is my UK account, which is my main one that has PlayStation Plus. So yeah, basically I have a UA. Nah man, wrong region bro. Yeah, I have a UK account, a UK PSN account, a US PSN account, a New Zealand PSN account, and a Japan PSN account. Yeah, and the reason why I just created all these accounts is to pretty much, get the best of everything, just for those certain case scenarios of scoring better deals in specific, in the PlayStation Store for specific regions. But yeah, well, I won't be playing with my main account, but I just jumped into my main account right now, and yeah, as you can see, I have multiple copies of Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time of the digital version installed. And the reason why that is because an old friend of mine managed to he was very lucky to win a bunch of giveaway codes, so he's been supplying them to friends alike, especially myself. And I passed some codes on to people like Leon and Noah, and Old Classic Gamer and such as well, and also Chrissy and Jamie. So yeah, shout out to those people. And by the way, the Japanese version also, it releases 10 hours ahead of, the BST time zone, so that's beneficial for me on my end. So I don't know, potentially, I'm not sure if I'll be able to live stream it 10 hours early, because, I'll probably be at work by then anyway, so, but... And just in case some of you are worried about embargoes, I don't think, when it comes to digital copies, there's no embargo, especially when technically it's still the official release date in different countries. Hey Stefan, welcome to the live stream. And of course you see the demo right here. Well, I have two demos, I have one from the UK digital download and one from the US digital download, and the Japanese version doesn't supply digital download, which is a bit fucked up, but they did what they did, so yeah. By the way, no matter which version you play, even if you play the Japanese version, you'd still, based on your console, it's based on the setting of your console's language or region, the game will play according to that. So the translation and stuff, like it'll only play like the Japanese version if your console is set, like if your console is actually set to Japan within the console's main settings. So yeah, that's pretty much how it works. But yeah, I'll be playing some Sane Trilogy, Stefan, just to test the waters. But yeah, there are two demos right here. One's from the UK PlayStation Store, and the other's from the US PlayStation Store, and the Japan PlayStation Store doesn't have it. So yeah, 1080p at 60 frames per second is smooth as fuck. You see, Stefan, I've installed, they're from separate accounts that I have. I have a UK PSN account, which is my current main one, and I also have a US account. Like I have a UK account, a US account, a Japan account, and a New Zealand account. But like, I didn't manage to like successfully purchase any codes for the New Zealand account, so then I ended up creating the Japanese account. And it shows up in my library too, which is pretty cool. Oh yeah, by the way, if you view it from like your current, if you actually view it like from a different account, it will just say that you'd need to purchase for content. So then it thinks that, because you're using a different account, it thinks that you're someone else when actually you're not. But yeah, but anyways, just to show you people that this is actual 4K footage you're seeing, I'll jump right into here, and as you can see on the video output settings on the resolution, 2160p at RGB, which is pretty sick, and 2160p, as well, a number of you will know, is 4K, and HDR is set. So yeah, this is pretty much like the signal that's picking up and passing through the output slot over to a display. Well, in my case, it's passing over to a 4K switcher / splitter, which then like passes an uncompressed 4K signal to my AverMedia Live Gamer 4K, while like through one uncompressed like signal through one HDMI output slot, while the other HDMI output slot on that splitter / switcher actually passes through, like it outputs like a downscaled masked 1080p signal. So like it's a 4K signal disguised as a 1080p signal, like when it comes from there. But over here, you're seeing like footage being spat straight out from the PS4 Pro right in to the Elgato Game Capture HD60s Plus, which is pretty sick. So yeah, you don't see anything like downscaled here whatsoever. Like it's more super sampled than downscaled, because it still maintains the visuals quite nicely. But yeah, I think I'll jump onto my Japanese account real quick just to like showcase, yeah, we know why you're really here, Stefan. Don't worry, I'll play the Crash 4 demo in a future upcoming live stream. It should be in the near future, before Crash 4 actually comes out. So yeah, this one over here should be my Japanese account. And yeah, the only Crash Bandicoot icons that they had available was the one from Crash of the Titans, so I had to pick that one for all free. So yeah, this one is my Japanese account. As you can see, like the release date is 3 days. It's pretty much like less than 4 days now. It's like 3 days, 17 hours and 23 minutes and 30 seconds at this point, and counting. So yeah, it's gonna be dope. Oh, you're expecting the wrong thing, Stefan. You're expecting the wrong thing because if you read the title, you'd know for a fact you know exactly what I'm gonna play. But yeah. Actually, you can get it on Thursday instead of Friday. So yeah, in Japan it comes out on the 1st over here, but over there it will be the 2nd of October. Like I said, like they're 10 hours ahead of us and 9 hours ahead of you because you're 1 hour ahead of me. But yeah, I'm glad that, you know, one of my old college friends has managed to, you know, become extremely and impressively lucky in terms of code-based giveaways. He's been winning so many PlayStation Network and Xbox Live like top-up codes here and there, which is pretty cool, I gotta say. Yeah, by the way, yeah, in terms of the embargo, as I think I was mentioning earlier on, it shouldn't really matter. Because, like, in terms of digital releases, there's no embargo, that only applies to the official release. Like, so a lot of people state. That's only if you're playing a game, like, that's only if you're live streaming a game that's pretty much, like, say you have a physical copy and you're living somewhere where the street date broke, you know, video game releases early. Especially in places like the United Arab Emirates. It's like, yeah, I just made sure to move that across. Oh, hey Master YTP64, welcome to the live stream. But yeah, I'll just play as guest, since that's how I did my last test playing in Sane Trilogy, so yeah. But yeah, welcome to the live stream. This will be pretty quick, and wow, thank you very much for following, and with that being the case, I'm officially at 200 followers. Thank you very much. I've finally hit that mark. Man, that's been fucking long overdue. But yeah, thanks very much. I highly appreciate the support. Yeah, it's definitely in time for a party now. By the way, Stefan, I'm actually in, you know, the voice channel, like the general voice chat in the Dingo Crash Discord server, so feel free to join the commentary if you want. But yeah, it's about fucking time. My G Master.
I can join you, but I will have to play.
Yeah, we know you're here for the Crash 4 demo, but you know, you read the title and you knew what you're in for.
I knew. I knew it all along. I was just trying.
Just trying.
Also, I can hear myself as an echo.
Just trying to pull strings here.
Yeah, trying to manipulate your stream.
It wasn't gonna work in the end.
Yeah. But I can hear myself as an echo on your side.
Don't worry, I'll turn it down, because yeah, usually I just have it up, just like hear everything.
Yeah. I muted your stream, by the way, so
yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, man's officially at 200 followers now. How dope is that?
Yeah, congrats.
Yeah, it's long
Congrats,
overdue,
man.
but yeah. Cheers, bro. Anyways,
Cheers.
well, since I have a physical copy of Sane Trilogy, well, technically I have it digitally as well, but you can't install both at the same time, so... And I was using the physical version more, so then I ended up, like, having to insert the disc, but it's not a problem for me.
Yeah, I have the physical and digital version of this game as well.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chop the disc in. I took my headset off, so that's probably the answer to why you're saying something and I'm not responding, so yeah, whatever question you asked, you got no response, that's the reason. By the way, I still didn't have my headset on, just...
Yeah, I
pretty
can hear you
much
break
like the Modern
everything.
Warfare disc was inside there before. So I had to take that out.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, so far I can hear you breaking your own stuff.
Smashing into pieces.
Yeah. Like always.
But anyways, jumping into Insane Trilogy now.
Oh yeah. Which
For the
one are
first
you gonna
time in
do?
ages.
Yeah.
I'll do the same as I did in the last test. I'll just like play through Crash 1 just for the fun of it. Oh, and by the way, you might be noticing some visual differences now in comparison to before. Why?
It looks more
Because
crisp.
now you're seeing it in HDR mode. That's right, after the update. After the multi-platform release update. Like, they've added HDR support to...
That's sweet.
Sorry about
I
that,
believe.
I just had some bullshit building up in my throat that I just needed to cough out, so... Yeah. But
Do what you do.
anyways, oh man, this nostalgic intro. Wow, it's gotten to the point where Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy has become nostalgic now. Like, for real.
Yeah, it's strange. But this looks so crisp, even watching your stream in 1080p 60 FPS. With the HDR ready stuff, it looks way better than when you normally stream it.
Yeah.
I mean,
So yeah, pretty much
but I can get the
people.
same results. Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much people, as I was saying, yeah, the reason why you're noticing a pretty much like an aesthetic visual difference right now, well, not pretty much aesthetic, but you're noticing at least some like visual differences right now is because ever since the update, ever since like the multi-platform release update for Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy was released, Activision have applied, they pretty much have applied HDR support to Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy.
That's correct.
So
They
yeah,
released
enhanced
the patch
visuals
a
and
long
all.
time ago. Yeah, they released the patch a long time ago,
Yeah.
and it's fantastic. Also, just side note, are you also recording this in 4K? Like you're streaming in 1080p, but are you also recording it in 4K? Because your capture card should be able to do that now.
I mean, you can
If I'm
record in
correct.
4K. You know, you can actually do that on OBS alone.
Yeah, but because you're using OBS, right?
Yeah. But like,
So streaming in 1080p, but you can also keep
yeah,
the original source in
yeah,
4K.
you can do both at the same time. You can live stream in 1080p and record it in 4K. But in this case, I'm just, especially for archival purposes, I'm live streaming in 1080p and recording in 1080p. So yeah, that's the same case here. But it looks so crisp.
I know, even on stream it looks crisp.
Yeah. Oh hey, GZG, Mr. Crash, welcome to the live stream.
Yeah.
Great to see you show up. But yeah, back in action.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say like, you stream in 1080p, but you can keep the footage at 4K. That would have been even better to see if it actually works. Like you can get the original source footage in 4K, and stream in 1080p at the same time without your capture card.
Yeah,
like heating up or doing anything. Like stress test it. I mean, you could do it right now because if it works, you can do the Crash 4. It's about time. Stream fully in 1080p and keep recording stuff in 4K for the channel as well. That would be awesome. But yeah, that's just me.
Yeah. Plus, like, it helps in terms of B-roll and all.
Yeah, B-roll footage, exactly. Like what you normally see with new gameplay footage, like game companies do, like GameSpot and stuff. They always have B-roll footage of certain levels.
Yeah. And it's like, it's those pieces of gameplay footage that they take from, you know, the official promo content themselves. But it's like, it's the raw recordings. Like, that's effectively what B-roll footage is.
Yeah. You're not skipping this, are we?
Nah, I'm letting everyone enjoy this cutscene in glorious HDR. Prestigious.
It looks,
Even though the canvas ain't
it really
4K,
looks good.
you still get to experience the 4K visuals. Plus the HDR.
It looks really
bit.
nice. It looks super dope.
It's dope as fuck. It's pretty smooth as well, I gotta say.
Yeah.
And we got 5 live viewers. Man, the party's just getting started. And
So far I can only count 4, but it can be just
yeah,
me.
I haven't even started playing the game yet, and I already hit 200 followers. Man, that is
nice,
sick.
man. Maybe I should try and start streaming.
Okay, I think in a way I sort of
Twitch
need to readjust to these controls.
Oh yeah, it's been a while.
Because it's been a long time since I've touched Sane Trilogy, and yeah, people, like, I will get back to my Let's Play of Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy, don't you worry.
Oh yeah, you still need to finish that. Like, how long has that been going on for?
It's been going on for a long time now, and yeah, I lost my Akaku mask, which was fucked up. But yeah.
No worries. You can do it.
Oh,
you can still do it in the pro gamer move. Just jump on it.
yeah, I can still do that shit, but you know, it's slower, which sucks.
Yeah, it is slower, but then again, who cares?
It's like,
It's
I almost
just
forgot that there was a bit of a delay as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's just to test and to show off your new capture card. It's not doing the perfect run with this game.
Yeah, that's all it is. Just testing the waters.
That's not the point.
Yeah, I'm just pretty much testing how long like I can go for. And yeah,
I see how long
I
your
know
hard
it's
drive
like
goes.
later than. Well, I'm not gonna go like way too long, but still, like I'll go for a substantial amount. Pretty much like,
just stress
you know,
test.
as long as I would normally like do a live stream. Therefore, like that would really,
Yeah, exactly.
you know, it'd be a good bar to set.
Yeah, for example, you have your new. That's all the boxes, by the way, mate.
Yeah, I'm fully aware of that.
But for example, it's also a good way to stress, like I said before, stress test your new capture card, see how it does with heat. Like if you position it right, the heat can go away.
Look at the way the gem shines in HDR mode. How prestigious does that look?
It's really nice. It's actually quite cool. It's I don't get to see that because but then side note, you have a PS4 Pro, right?
Yeah, I have a PS4 Pro.
So that even enhances the graphics even
hence,
more.
Hence why I can actually do. Hence how I can actually play in 4K at 60 frames per second and HDR in the first place.
Yeah, because this never looked that crisp before on my PS4. My PS4 can just do the 1080p 60 FPS stuff.
Oh yeah, by the way, I won't be playing Stormy Ascent, just so you guys know. But yeah, I know you got the OG PS4. Well, so do I, but like then I upgraded to the PS4 Pro later on.
Yeah. It costs like $100 more or something than the original PS4, or like I thought it was like $100 difference.
Yeah. Roughly.
Yeah. I can still hear the music in the background a little bit. It's like pretty far
that's
away.
pretty much because I have the TV on in the background, but that's just for me personally.
Yeah, I know.
Because I know OBS, you can't hear it. Well, you can choose to monitor it, but like, I'm not doing it like that because... Well, you can choose to like either have it monitoring on or just having like a, what do you call it? You can choose either both, or just like have it monitoring, or just like have it recording and monitoring, or just having one or the other. But I just have it so it's just picking up the audio normally, which is the default setting. Oh yeah, here we go with the bonus round. Man, I remember when Alpha Omega Sin was live streaming this game when it first came out, and every time he entered the bonus round he was like, "Take you on a journey, girl! Take you on a journey, girl!" Like, that was meme worthy, but like, it was jokes though, man. It's been a long time since I've seen like, you know, content in general from Alpha Omega Sin. Although he's still pretty active on Twitter.
Yeah, maybe he's just taking a break from making content, just doing fun stuff.
But he has made a comeback at some point, but then like he just, you know, ended up taking a break again or whatever. But I know that there's times have been tough for him at some point, especially with his granddad passing away roughly around the same time as roughly the same time as Barry Chuckle passed away. You know, Barry Chuckle from Chucklevision, Chuckle Brothers. For those who don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. We already mentioned that, won't you, Stormy Ascent, but yeah, just trying to remember here.
Yeah, I know.
Well, by the way, like, something to note about, like, the HD60S Plus, actually something, like, to update based on what I said, like, in the previous live stream. So pretty much, like, in terms of the software that it uses, like, it turns out that the HD60S actually makes you use the 4K capture utility after all, and it's like, and the original Elgato game Capture HD software doesn't support it. But at the same time, like, that's actually not a big problem anymore, because like back when the 4K capture utility was first released back in 2017, when the 4K 60 Pro Mark 1 was released, like, that you pretty much, like, the 4K capture utility's user interface, it wasn't very user friendly. Well, it kind of was, but at the same time it was pretty basic with, you know, limited features and such. But now, like, through the years, it's actually gotten like some decent updates, and therefore we actually have more features now, especially with HDR tone mapping and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that having that with my capture card. Like, certain stuff were laggy and didn't work properly at all. And then they finally brought out the hotfix and a new software update as well. For
Yeah, I
the
remember
capture
that at some points in your
software.
live streams there were issues.
Yeah.
I think it
And
happened during the Jack and Daxter
that,
live stream.
Yeah, a lot during Jack and Daxter. And after that update from the software and hardware drivers, after that everything works smooth. I didn't have
just for the
lag.
fun of it.
The thing didn't crash.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Just for the fun of it, I want to test out a strat, like, for the first time in ages. Like, just
I'll see if you can do the jump.
try and make it across. Like, without actually using the desktop platform. Like, it does work, but you have to be really precise.
Yeah.
Shit, I actually just did it! Yo, like, it only took the second attempt.
You did. Nice,
bro,
dude.
that
I was gonna say, like, I
felt like I did
anymore.
that shit so effortlessly, it was unreal. I did that shit so effortlessly, it was unreal.
Oh man, good job. I can't do that anymore.
You have to be really precise with that as well.
Yeah,
that was the
just
first
like in
time
the original.
in ages that I've done that. And by the way, that's the first time I've ever done that, like, you know, on air. I've never actually showcased that to anyone. I've only actually did that in my own spare time at some points. But yeah, like, you know, for the first time in ages, man, that was amazing.
That's sweet.
Honestly,
Congrats.
like, I surprised myself with, like, you know, how I just managed to do it on at least the second go after, you know, not doing it in so long, like, fucking ages.
There's one of the boxes, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I could piss easily get all the boxes now. Even though that's not my attempt, but yeah. Speedrun strats, everyone. You learn from the pro.
Yep.
But don't call me Cool Pro195 for nothing.
Well, it is your name.
That's a fact. Well, of course, that's just a happy accident, people.
Yep. Just like Bob Ross used to say, happy little accidents.
Yeah. Or some could say happy accident. More like, some could say it was fate, it was meant to be. It was just destiny.
Oh man, I think if I'm gonna play this again, I'm gonna be rusty as hell, man.
Bro, like that's exactly
mean,
that's exactly how I felt like when I lost that first Akwaku mask back in Insanity Beach. Like I was like, bro, you fucking taking the piss.
it's basically if you lose that mask in Insanity Beach at the beginning, you already know like, oh, this isn't going well.
Yeah,
This
you
is
know, like
terrible.
man, this is a colossal fuck up at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I just managed to bounce in that box, like knowing these pill-shaped
Yeah.
hitboxes and shit.
By the way, did you saw the new speedrun demos? The showcase.
Yeah, I
The
saw the
slide spin.
premiere. Yeah, I saw IGN's
Slide
premiere
spins just
on
over
YouTube.
the death
Man,
just
like
over the death traps, over everything.
they were in
Like,
such
oh wait, the dinosaurs.
they
Yeah,
were in such
the dinosaur
disbelief.
is
It's
hard.
unreal.
Yeah, the dinosaur is hard. You can barely make it. That dude is so far ahead. The animation of the breaking the
And now take it to
rocks,
second gem early.
it was
people.
already done. Yeah, breaking of the rocks was already done, and the dinosaur still had to catch up. It was hilarious.
But not for real, like I'm still in a way like amazed that I pulled that off. Like I was not expecting to pull it off whatsoever after so long. But yeah, boulders. And you all know what this means. We're back in Uncharted territory. Welcome back to
here we go.
Uncharted 4, people.
Yep, you've been psyched. This is officially the Sane Trilogy. No, this is the enhanced Uncharted 4 demo gameplay you're seeing right now.
Yeah. I just happened to have gotten my hands on an early copy myself. Being a VIP member and all.
Yeah, Uncharted 5. What?
Uncharted 5 PR. Yeah, I'm playing a press demo right now, people.
Oh man, I can't wait till next Friday.
Yeah, man, man's pumped for Crash 4. It's unreal, man.
Yeah. I just hope I don't get delayed by mail. That would suck. Like you're sitting there waiting at home for it to finally arrive, and then eventually get an email like, "I'm sorry, we weren't able to deliver your package today." Like, you better deliver it.
You better, otherwise you're fucked. People's lives are at stake here.
Yes. I need it.
Come on, man. Like, you can't be disrespecting Crash like that. Like, it's non-negotiable. And wow, the water effects look epic in HDR mode.
Yeah,
like,
the water is
with the ripple
always
effects
stunning.
and all.
Yeah. The water always looks stunning.
Yeah. I gotta say, like, visually and aesthetically, like, it was a faithful recreation to the original trilogy. But, like, in terms of gameplay, physics, and everything, like, that's where they completely dropped the ball. Like, pill-shaped hitboxes, who the fuck thought that was a good idea?
Sorry, what?
Like, in terms of, you know, gameplay mechanics and physics and everything, that's where they completely dropped the ball. Like, pill-shaped hitboxes, who thought that was a good idea? Who the fuck thought that was gonna work in anyone's favor?
Yeah. Ryan isn't gonna come. He has to work tomorrow. But I have to go to school tomorrow as well. So
I got work tomorrow and all, so yeah, we're all in the same boat here.
And I have school tomorrow. So I won't be staying long either.
Hopefully this live stream shouldn't be too long, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just showing off.
I'll do whatever's manageable.
Or just do like the first 2 islands or something and then call it a day. I don't know. It's just to show off your capture card, you know.
Yeah.
Show the performance you can do now. Because this is a solid stream at 1080p. You could easily just try 4K next.
Well, live stream at 4K.
Well,
you can't live stream at 4K, but you know.
You can't.
Twitch,
you can't
obviously you can't, because The upper limit is 1080p at 60 frames per second on
Yeah.
Twitch.
But I mean, record a test sample for YouTube.
Yeah.
It's 4K. I mean, I always try to cheat sometimes. Like, I record in 1080p and then try to render it in 4K. It works,
Yeah,
but
just basic
doesn't-
upscaling. Well, there's like
yeah,
there's a thing called like AI upscaling where technically you can upscale and still like maintain the visuals.
mm-hmm.
And like it does
That's
a pretty
best
good
if
job.
you get. Yeah.
Like Photoshop, like
but
it does the same thing. Like, and that's pretty much what I do with some of the backgrounds, like in my thumbnails.
Yeah, but yeah, it's better if you get your original hardware to record at 4K and your recording
Of course,
hardware
that's the
is
best case
4K
scenario.
approvable. Yeah, because then
Rolling
it can't go
Stones.
wrong.
Oh, and there's Coco over here.
Yeah,
And I remember
So-
those how to unlock Coco spam bots that used to enter pretty much literally every single live stream of Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy that anyone would have done back in 2017, when people already knew how to unlock Coco by then. They were just bare spam bots.
yeah.
Yeah, building what you were saying earlier about like, how far I could go into the game, like easily I could actually beat the whole game if I wanted to. It just depends how
Yeah,
it
you
goes.
could.
If it actually goes really well in terms of gameplay, I might actually end up beating the whole game just for the fun
Middle
of
one.
it. But like just any percent.
By the way, you screwed up.
Yeah, I know. Like, it's the second Nitrous Brio token that fucked up, but yeah.
Mhm.
It
Who
just
cares?
blew up in the patch, but it doesn't matter. It's not 100%, so fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't be staying long either because I have to wake up in the morning as well.
6 live viewers. Welcome to the live stream, newcomers. Really hope you're
Welcome.
enjoying I really hope you're enjoying it so far.
We're having a ton of fun here.
Yeah, a lot of fun, especially of how things have been playing out. By the way, those of you who have also recently just picked up the HD60s Plus, if you're like experiencing like issues like such as a no audio bug, which pretty much is something I came across, like if you're pretty much experiencing this bug where like pretty much no audio is coming out from the capture card whatsoever, like through the HDMI input signal, I've pretty much, the way I managed to fix that is actually externally completely unrelated from the 4K capture utility entirely actually, and it's not one of those tutorials that people have been uploading in order to use the 3.5mm jack method, or like the 3.5mm headphone jack method. It's actually to do with OBS Studio. So pretty much like what I did was I added the Elgato game capture HD60s Plus as a video source into OBS Studio, and then like I pretty much, then after I added it, I added it in, I deactivated it on OBS and then reactivated it, and presumably that caused like a global trigger within the way the computer itself actually, is actually processing the signal of the capture card. So what that should do is, well, if that's really 100% the case here, what that should actually do is like refresh the signal per se. So then like the next time you open up the 4K capture utility, like you should now have audio like coming out of a capture card through the actual HDMI slot without having to use like any of those like complicated workarounds that require just one extra cable.
Nice. I remember with some
So yeah,
stuff.
hot tip there, people.
Yeah, or DLL files. I had it with other stuff where like oh, it doesn't work. Well, I just have this
Fuck off.
DLL. I found this DLL and it works. So I put the DLL in the folder they recommended, and oh look, it actually works. It's so stupid. It's a file that doesn't come with the installation package, which is already stupid because it's a later on patch. But yeah, it isn't supported by the official releaser. So you just go online on the web, you search for the DLL, you download it, you put it in the folder, test it out, it works, everybody happy.
DLL was such a common problem with EPSXE, not gonna lie. Like, I remember having the problem multiple times myself back in the day.
Oh man, I still kept those DLL files just in case. Also from different
Likewise.
bit versions, like 32 and 64-bit, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, always gotta take safety precautions. I've been live for 41 minutes now. Like,
Yeah.
41 minutes and counting.
It's nice.
But by the way,
They're doing
those of
pretty
you
well.
in the chat, like, can you hear both of us fine? Because, like, I didn't get to ask that yet. I know I already have, like, this level set correctly, but I just want to know if it's, like, fine for you lot in the chat specifically.
Yeah, I can't believe you're almost done with the first island. And you're not even an hour in.
Yeah, well, it's almost now, but still. Then again, the first island is light work. Like, this level right here, Native Fortress, is the difficulty spike level of the game. It's, like, that's always been the case. And the funny thing is, I already got, like, you know, the death path of this level's counterpart out of the way and all, for a speedrun strat. So
That's
yeah,
phenomenal.
with that on top, I'm still like, you know, already almost past the first island. Damage boost there, although that was partially unintentional, worked to my favour.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm having a slight delay, but yeah.
Yeah, only slight. Fucking hell.
Like a few seconds, like 1 or 2 seconds or so. Yeah, okay.
So there's this little bitch like beating the living fuck out of my throat or some shit. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's like, I don't know, there's this like little midget like inside my throat just like beating the fuck out of it or some shit. Just punching it upwards and downwards. It's what it feels like.
Get a knife, cut it out.
Don't want to slit my throat.
No, I didn't say that. I said you take a knife and you cut it out so it don't hurt you anymore.
Yeah, but you know, that's the risk.
The consequences afterwards are up to you. I just give you
You
a
do it at your own
solution.
risk.
Yeah, I just give you a solution. That might be the best one, but it's a solution. But yeah, man, I mean,
Yeah, that's the thing.
your
with
stream is doing
solutions,
pretty.
bitch.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
we
but
go.
the stream is going really. The stream is going really well, man.
Yeah, I like how
No
smooth it's
lag.
going.
What? No lag. Super smooth. It's awesome.
It's just epic. It's more than what I could ever ask for. What a motherfucker.
It's really sweet. Yeah, just go backstage. I mean, there's nothing in front.
There's nothing special there. That can all go fuck itself.
Yeah. It's basically like in the same level as Light Out or something.
Yeah.
Where the gem path is, like for the rest, even for the clear gem. It's like, okay, here is the quarter of the level. Okay, you're done. Here's the pathway up.
I had a feeling
look,
that was
here are your
gonna happen,
remaining
but yeah,
boxes.
what the fuck
Out.
ever.
Yeah. You know that's gonna happen. That's the basic pattern in that system.
Yeah, it's just
It always
it's all
goes up.
cycle based.
Yep.
Yeah, it's one thing to provide a solution, but if that solution is for, if that solution is suicide based, then that's the way to go.
Mhm.
Cut it out, you gotta use the right tools.
Yeah, you can actually make that jump all the way. You know that?
Yeah, you can. I've done it multiple times before, but I just didn't do it this time.
Just not gonna bother with it. You can't make it 100%, so just.
Oh no, I'm just collecting for the fun of it. I know I didn't have to, but I don't know, it's a reflex action. I'm autopiloting here.
I know. I do the same thing. Like, nah, I'm not gonna do 100%. It's not needed. Later on in the thing,
Yeah,
like,
you end up doing the
I
exact
basically
opposite.
got everything.
Motherfucker!
like,
wow.
Like, I already got those.
Yeah,
Might
that's
as well
legit the
continue.
case. Up the creek, bitches.
Yeah. See, we're already on the second island.
Yeah. It took less than an hour.
Yeah. I'd say so far the Cap Scout works pretty fine.
This should work wonders. This would be perfect for Crash 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, for those of you who are currently watching, stick around because I potentially have like some live streams lined up within this current week. And
Yep.
as a
Especially
matter of
Crash
fact,
4, but
as a matter of fact, tomorrow, if all goes to plan, I actually plan to live stream the Crash Bandicoot Mobile. I actually plan to live stream the Crash Bandicoot Mobile Alpha prototype build within the BlueStacks 4 Android emulator. And with that being the case, earlier on I was actually testing out the BlueStacks emulator within OBS Studio earlier on. And like, it works seamlessly. I mean, yeah, like there's the standard bits of lag, but like that's just normal, you know. You're emulating a mobile game, what do you expect? Like, I remember Abdul was having the same problem when he was live streaming the Crash Bandicoot Mobile Alpha prototype build.
I mean, be glad you can even emulate it.
Yeah, it doesn't take a lot to emulate it, to be honest.
No.
Your
It's just
computer just needs to be at least halfway decent to emulate a mobile game. Like, it's emulating a mobile game, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, you just need to tweak the settings a little bit.
What the? Oh, okay, that was retarded. That was completely miscalculated.
Yeah,
I
I always like to
gem
bounce
by,
once.
like, I don't know, I went
I
for
always
gem
want
by
to
like
bounce
reflex
once
action.
of those. I bounce once of those, and then
Yeah.
on the second bounce, I'll move over, just to like reset my movement.
There we go. That's how.
So
it should
yeah,
have
that's
played out
and now
the
I
first time.
bounce. Yeah, because if I go over like bouncing on that one and then on the bounce crate, it's I don't know, it has a little bit of an offset, so you never make it up to the tree branch for some reason. It's weird.
Yeah, like there's just a bit of delay, so that's gonna be an issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then after Crash Bandicoot Mobile Alpha prototype build, I plan to live stream both versions of the Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time demo on the PS4 Pro and on the Xbox One X. Both as separate live streams, of course.
I thought you was gonna say both the English and Japanese version.
Yeah. Well, the Japanese
Like,
demo don't
maybe-
even exist, but yeah. Actually, I'm not sure if you can even play the demo, like, in
No,
with
it doesn't
Japanese
have a demo.
translation, because, like, the Japanese PlayStation Store doesn't have the demo. But, like, I'm just wondering, like, if you were to set your console, like, to Japanese, and then, like, if you were to like take your console to Japan and then play the demo, just to see like whether it would actually play with the Japanese translations or not.
I wonder if they changed the teeth and fur design for Crash in the Japanese one. Remember just like the good old days with the original?
Yeah,
where they had to change the design of the teeth. Yeah. And the goofy style he was looking.
Yeah, those jokes.
Yeah.
They did that for Insane Trilogy, well, only for artwork. They did that for Insane Trilogy and Nitro Fueled. But for this game, the artwork is exactly the same. The artwork is exactly the same, like, for the Japanese cover. Okay, Ripperoo. Of course, the timing of the big TNT crate explosions are different to the original. That's the thing, like, I'm always playing with the originals in mind. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you feel. I know what you mean. It's just weird. In your head, it would be the original would have been a hit, but in this one they fixed it.
Yeah, it's because like people like us, like we're seeing the originals with just a new coat of paint. So like we see the remaster, but the code we see, like, just to explain it technically, like the code that we see is the code from the original, but it doesn't apply here.
Yep. For example, also the hitbox detection for this shit is adjusted in my eyes way better.
I think that TNT crate should have killed him at the time, but yeah.
That's the invincibility frames. See, that's a good hit.
He had invincibility frames.
Yeah. Because in the original, even when he jumps over it and he still hasn't reached the other platform yet, and that big TNT crate would explode, it would still count as a hit, which in this version, even though he doesn't quite reach it and TNT explodes, it still doesn't hit it because he's out of the range. So that's the difference with the original. And that's where I always make the fuck up, like, why isn't it hitting it? And that's because in the original, even though before he makes it to the other platform, it counted as a hit. And in this one it doesn't.
Yeah.
So that was super frustrating every time, like, why isn't it hitting and doing it just like the original? But no. No, just different.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get the green gem here, then like if I get to the third island I can just skip castle machinery altogether.
Oh yeah. Get a bunch of lives.
But yeah, I do like how this level is recreated.
I'll finish this level without...
Plus it's it's not this one. It's a different, you know... It just gives a different aesthetic with the blue water instead of it being pitch black.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, it's not this level where you have to reach it without dying, right?
Actually, it is this level, because this has the green gem. It's colour gems in Crash 1 where you have to complete the level and smashing all the crates without dying, just like in the original. Oh yeah. Over here, you actually have the shadows, like, as a point of reference. So, like, in a way, you can actually see the Aku Aku mask before actually collecting it off screen.
Yep.
Or
in the original, you
shadows
don't.
as a point of reference, whereas in the originals, those shadows are non-existent. So yeah, these drop shadows as a point of reference are actually very helpful in this case scenario.
Well, in the original, you saw tiny little pixels above the screen, but you have to focus on.
I was a bit hesitant there, but I still made it anyway. Still, like, even to this day, I don't even trust Insane Trilogy's physics.
No, sometimes I'm like, why is this happening? This isn't supposed to be happening. This game is lying.
But I know that was a speedrun strat, that's why I was gonna pull that off.
Yeah, I know, just jump over the other side immediately. I know. Like, you jump on this one, wait a second, jump over, and then on the crate. Yeah. I know what you mean, but
I know how to do that, but it's just been a long time.
Yeah. I know the feeling.
Well, I still didn't take any damage,
yeah.
So fuck it.
It's something like we have, like motoristic skills from the olden days, how we speedrun this. It's just
Yeah.
it's just there. You just do it not consciously. You just always
It's just
have been doing it
self-consciously
like
that we
that.
do it. Oh, and
Yeah.
not to forget, like, these bonus round poles, they're placed in really fucked up positions. Like, to a point where you just legit have to parkour off a ledge.
Yeah, you can do that, or you can do it.
And that one is
the
legit
way.
placed above a fire pit. Like, that's just a recipe for disaster in the making. Like, you're just asking
Just
to
like
get burnt. You're legit asking to get burnt to a crisp there. And that was piss easy.
These bonus runs, these bonus runs are easy, but later on they become quite difficult.
Yeah, they turn into a massive bitch, man. I remember when the heavy machinery Brio bonus round was like turned into such a bitch. That was fuckery.
Yeah, where you have to be like millimeters off the TNT to not get hit, but then just enough space to get back on the platform again.
It was the same case of slippery climb. Actually, the one with the one in heavy machinery was like the one with like pretty much all those crates that are in midair, and like it's one crate per jump, well, one crate per bounce, literally, and then like it's followed by exclamation mark crates to trigger the next set.
They kind of do that now with the flashback tapes.
Yeah, they're doing that as well with the flashback tapes.
I seen the
which
I seen the little preview where
to the franchise and stuff.
Yeah, I saw the little demo footage of that where you follow the line of nitros that were coming towards you, and it was cutting off the path. So you need to be ahead of the path, and sometimes not. Oh, that was so tricky. By the looks of things first, because you need to be ahead, break certain boxes by jumping on them or just spinning them, then body slam them, but then be precise because you need to jump ahead again, because else you will be stuck on a.
Whoa, that was so close.
Oh, that's so cool. It adds more challenge. I think I'm gonna like it and hate it at the same time. Those flashback tapes.
Yeah, man, they're gonna be a challenge, alright. I mean, of course, they make it look easy on paper, but when it comes to actually playing them, I know for a fact that Crash 4 alone. I know for a fact that Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, is gonna be challenging as fuck just from playing the demo alone. It's gonna be one hell of an adventure, though.
Yeah, true, but I'm wondering, you can get, you collect gems for skins. Okay, fair enough. Maybe a secret ending as well. But then I'm thinking, like, what are the goals for the flashback tapes? Like, okay, cool, I finished the flashback tapes. What is my extra bonus for completing the flashback tapes? I don't know that yet.
At least dying in the bonus.
Like, sure, if you're a completionist, you're gonna do them regardless, but I wonder what you can get from those flashbacks.
I was trying to speedrun strat just then for the first time.
I saw what you want to do.
I know that you can spin and like smash these crates.
I can't do that.
Yeah, I've done that multiple times before, and I did it just then. But
yeah,
you know, no more.
Just frame perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be picture perfect on that shit.
Yeah, frame perfect. Collision. Oh well. I don't know how long you're gonna be streaming for, but I have to really go soon because I need to wake up in a couple hours. I don't know how long you want to test this.
It shouldn't be too long. Based on how it plays out. And I've almost been live streaming for an hour. Well, an hour in total, but I've been playing for the game for an hour.
In a minute, you've been streaming for an hour.
Roughly.
Yeah. I always hated that lizard.
Yeah, it can be a bit of a bitch.
This one you kind of have to.
We have a green gem.
Yeah.
Like a boss.
Well, nice. This lizard, even though if you lose him, you can just stand on those little stone pedals and still make it up there. But it's really finicky.
Yeah. Although, like the original, you have like the added momentum.
Yeah.
Which, in a way, it can throw you off, but at the same time, like it's something that helps you in certain scenarios, especially with the bridge levels.
Yep.
Speaking of which, like Crash 4 is gonna have like that Crash 1 type momentum.
I still think I need to get used to the controls a hell of a lot. Like a lot.
I'm certainly gonna need to get used to the controls. Especially when it comes to like one cycling all of those fucking Capunoa sections in the bonus rounds and shit.
Oh yeah, sure. Tell me about it.
Like, this one's piss easy to get. It's piss easy to get gem in this level.
He says as he almost dies. Not just kidding.
Well, at least this ain't a color gem, so fuck it.
Yeah. Doing a color gem perfect, like tricky to die. Just a clear gem dies 10 times in a row.
Yeah. He says as he watches and learns.
Yep. I always remember with the Cortex bonus, the snake. I always did something stupid, like spinning away the snake while you had to jump on it.
Yeah.
I kept making that
That is
mistake
such a
so
common
many
problem.
times.
Yeah, like that specific snake, you have to legit jump on top of it instead of like spinning it into a stack of crates. Otherwise,
Yeah.
that second Cortex token is gone.
Yep.
Like it just disappears out of existence. Oh yeah, like it's not like in the original. You can't spin through the fucking spears.
No, that doesn't give you the invincibility frames,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
you don't have the invincibility frames while spinning. Like in Insane Trilogy. Well, of those sections specifically, anyway.
Yeah.
I meant to do that.
Yeah, sure.
It's what the trophy says, so yeah, clearly I meant to do that.
Kicking away an X amount of enemies. Yeah.
Achievements equal facts.
Oh man, if you finish this, you can get the 99 lives achievement as well.
Yeah, it'd be piss easy. No, if I actually have 99 lives already, I could piss easily glitch over 100 lives by the time I get there.
Yeah, that.
It's
glitch.
not even hard to do. Like, in the original
I
and the
even got it on
remaster, but you
purpose.
do them differently.
Yeah, I got it on not on purpose. I didn't even got it on purpose. With the
Road to nowhere.
Oh, cool.
But yeah,
Crying.
I'm pretty much... I'm not speaking at such a high altitude because some people in the house are trying to sleep, so yeah. If that's been a burning question for a number of you that have been watching, then there's your answer. By the way, in terms of walking on the ropes, like, it's more manageable on the PC version because you actually have, like, you know, the full, like, 100% like seamless and smooth 60 frames per second, which means like you have
It's
more
way
frames to
more
work with. Therefore, it's like
way
more
more accurate to
responsive.
do, yeah.
The game's more responsive because you have more frames to work with. You have like the true, like smooth 60 frames per second.
As it should be.
Yeah, that's exactly how it should be. But of course, like on PS4 Pro and Xbox One X, like the Xbox One, I mean, like the FPS cap is pretty much broken in the sense.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
but I did notice
variable.
that.
Because you do see it like going
yeah.
from smooth to you know, not so smooth to like somewhere in the middle.
But I did notice that difference when I switched over from PS4 to PC. Like the difference from going from 30 to 60 FPS. Oh man, you notice that difference.
Oh, you notice it big time.
Oh yeah, it's played so smooth. Everything. It was awesome.
And the hog still didn't manage to get me, and he was so close to me and all.
Yeah, I know. It's a tricky one. Also here, I made a fuck up where I didn't jump once. Like I just walked off the edge. I forgot the platform isn't attached to the regular path.
And I didn't even have to go in the bonus round here, but I just entered it by reflex action. So
I know the feeling.
autopiloted,
I do.
man.
Gets you extra lives.
Yep, indeed. Fucking hell.
You
I
don't
almost
actually
slid
need
off the
these
fucking
turtles
turtle. I know I don't need them, but just figured I'd use it.
You have to rope.
Sucks that you
Yeah,
have to
just
build
do
up
the
momentum in this one. You have to manually build up the momentum.
It's tricky, ain't it?
Yeah. Oh, it's a bitch, alright. Border dash. Back to uncharted territory, people.
Just 2 more levels.
Hey, to be fair, it's a pretty short game.
Yeah, if you speedrun it, it's quite short. I mean, you're an hour in and you're already halfway.
Yeah,
Well, almost
more than
halfway.
halfway at this point.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, I'm
And
almost
you're
finishing
even
the
trying to
second
get...
island.
Yeah. And you're even trying to get all the boxes as far as you can do. I mean, imagine if you
Yeah,
actually
like, as far as I
do
can
those
go
at all.
without actually, like, collecting literally everything.
Yeah, so imagine you're not going for all the boxes, not all the one-person stuff that you're
Yeah,
passing
you're
by,
not doing,
and not
like,
even doing the
100%
bonus.
completion, just,
Yeah.
like...
Not doing the bonus routes.
Just to
You
an
would have already
extent.
defeated Koala Kong. You already been past Koala Kong. Maybe you were even close to getting towards whatchamacallit, Pinstripe, like 1 or 2 levels before Pinstripe. You would have been there.
I'm actually using the D-pad as well. I'm not even using the analog stick.
I know the feeling. I immediately switched to D-pad. I tried this shit with analog. I instantly went back to D-pad. I just motor memory, I guess.
Yeah,
D-pad.
so that's how the OG was.
Yeah. Same with Crash 2 and same with Crash 3. Just D-pad. Even though they had
Yeah, those two supported
analog.
they had analog support of those two games, but D-pad was still customary.
Yeah. I kept doing the D-pad stuff.
Here we are in Sunset Vista already.
Nice. Almost done.
Like, so anyways, people, now that I've actually reached 200 followers, I've actually had some sort of special live stream in mind to actually celebrate 200 followers, which I plan to do sometime in the future. How would you lot like to see me take on, like, the epic, like, masochistic challenge of completing Crash Bash 200%? The game will be
Crash Bash
bashing
did,
the
so-
living, like, the fucking life out of me.
Yeah.
For those of you who are anticipating that, like, for when I go live in that live stream, I want you guys to spam the living fuck out of your inbox. And invite as many people as you can, because you're in for a wild ride.
I keep forgetting.
You're in for an
Crash
epic
Bash
live stream.
didn't. Yeah. Crash Bash didn't support whatchamacallit, online multiplayer yet, right?
Yeah, not yet. Because of course it hasn't been remastered yet. It deserves a remaster for sure.
Oh, we'll see.
I mean
then you have all
PvP game coming out in
the OGs.
2021, that pretty much speaks for itself.
Yeah. I mean, then you have pretty much all the OG Crash games for the PS1 era, fully remastered for the next gens.
But yeah, the brutal challenge of completing Crash Bash 200% awaits for those of you who are anticipating like perhaps the most eventful live stream that I pretty much have planned, or as of, well, at this point in time at the very least. Like, feel free and be sure to spam the living fuck out of your inbox and invite as many people as you can.
Oh no, your stream now begins to
To
lag.
this eventful fest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that's
stream is
like,
beginning to
I saw
lag.
it's like, yeah, it's kind of, I see like, you know, what you call it. I see the red square in OBS and the bitrate's gone low, but that's more of like a bitrate issue and it's not related to the capture card. This is just more to test the stability of it. And the feed
Well,
is still going fine.
Yeah. Sometimes I see it's loading. Now it's loading again. It's loaded 3 times. But I can tell you, so at 1 hour 10 minutes mark, it starts to hiccup.
Yeah, it
But
tends to do that. Like,
yeah.
that's why like some people tend to live stream at like roughly an hour or like an hour and a half because like it's a sweet spot for them, and they just know that they don't want to be putting a strain on their internet connection.
Like you are having right now.
Yeah, although I'm not really 100% sure if that's the case because I've live streamed longer than this and have had, you know, have still had, you know, better connection in general.
But this is the first time using your capture card, so
Yeah, the
maybe
first time
it needs to,
live streaming
like,
with
warm
the
up.
capture card. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's just to do with the capture card, but wow. And I actually, you see what I did there? I jumped like right off this elevated surface and hit that exclamation mark crate right up there. So I didn't need this motherfucker. I didn't need that mofo in the corner. Took him out all by myself.
Nice. Yeah, it keeps lagging, man. Keeps reloading.
Yeah, that's more of an issue between OBS and fucking, what do you call it, OBS and Twitch in general. Yeah, it's kind of an oversight on their end. So yeah, like, don't be alarmed, people, don't be alarmed. But yeah.
That it has no use to refresh Twitch.
But yeah, people, this Crash Bash 200% live stream for my 200 followers special, my long-awaited 200 followers special celebration live stream will be as eventful as it can get. Yep. It's gonna be a meme fest and quite possibly a raid. Sorry about that. I don't have a glass of water with me, so it explains why it's fucking up my throat a bit. But yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be a meme fest and quite possibly a rage fest as well, depending on how everything goes. But don't worry. It'll be a lively rage fest though. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, I don't want to alarm you, but the Twitch keeps loading and loading.
Twitch just has its issues. Wait, let me just jump on there. It's still fine for me, it's just I see that it's showing low
it's
bitrate
getting
on Twitch,
choppy.
but yeah.
There you go, on Cloud 99, you got it. No, it keeps loading now. It's getting worse. Yeah. It's getting worse now. It's getting worse. It's not even doing it from time to time. It's actually getting worse.
Yeah, that's Twitch's issue. And OBS's issue.
But you showed it off quite well, your capture card so far, if you ask me.
It's still a pretty decent showcase, and I've still like maintained pretty much more or less the same viewers throughout, so it's nice to know people have actually stuck around. I really appreciate that, you guys.
Yeah, but it actually now only loads. It's terrible. It's so terrible.
These cycles
that it keeps
are a
on loading.
bitch. You cunt. There we go. That's a better cycle.
Yeah,
Much better cycle.
I can't even see it. I don't know what's going on. It just keeps lagging.
Yeah, I could still see it on my preview myself, but like I think it's just an issue on your end now. I don't know how it is for everyone else.
Now I think it's no. It loads again. But I think like
And I
it's
got the
fixed.
gem.
No, it's not. You already got the gem.
Yep.
You're just out of the key zone on my end.
Yeah, it's a bit delayed on your end, so yeah, but that's just how it is. Cortex is
refreshing.
contest.
Yeah, I even
For the hell of
refreshed
it, I might
Twitch.
just play Hog just for the fuck of it.
You just now collected your third Tonya token on my end. That's how far behind you are.
Man, that depth perception is a bitch.
I actually need to call it a day now.
Yeah, I know the feeling, man. I know the feeling.
I don't know. I keep refreshing Twitch, but the stream keeps lagging on my end. You're just now done with the tournament level on my end. I don't know where you are now on your feed. Pedro.
Yeah. Like, I'm in the middle of Hog right now. Actually, I've just finished Hog now.
Yeah, on my end, you're still on the rotating wheels and Sunset Vista just after Tona's bonus
Wow,
stage.
that far behind.
Yeah, that's how far behind it's now, your stream. Yeah, there's no way I can follow it.
Yeah, I think like the ultra low latency is worn off now because of the low bitrate.
Yeah, I shut down
Because that
Twitch.
low latency
Let's
mode on Twitch in general, like it tends to deteriorate like when you have worse bitrate. Oh wait, yeah, like you can actually like skip the lava pit, but at the same time it's like you need an Akaku mask in order to have that damage boost.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I was not paying attention there, but I still managed to get him just in the nick of time. Like, I was not paying attention whatsoever, but just in the nick of time I managed to kick his ass.
Nice. If you want to know, you just collected the gem and now you're exiting.
It blew up in his
Sunset
face.
Vista.
Okay, I was not too far behind. Oh, Sunset Vista, okay, then yeah, that is quite far behind.
Yeah.
Because I've already got the gem for Hog at this point.
Yeah, it keeps lagging, man. I can't
Man,
keep watching anymore.
that was light work and all. Like Hog.
I can't keep watching. But yeah, I really have to go now, man. I can't make it any more later. It was fun joining you.
Yeah, it was great having you join the commentary as well.
Yeah, no problem. Enjoyed the rest of it.
Yeah, it'll certainly be fun. Although I'll see what's up with that.
And I can't wait for your Crash 4 stuff.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
By the way, yeah, like I have like, you know, the NVIDIA encoder like live streaming as well. Like I have GPU live streaming set, but I'm not sure if it's to do with having GPU set to both, but it is recommended.
Yeah, you should use GPU for this stuff.
Yeah, which is exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I think it's just like, I think that's just how they, I think it's because of the fact that it requires a 10 series.
I have a 10 series.
Yeah, as do I. Fuck, I spun a TNT crate by accident.
But now
This is
I
piss
really have to
easy,
go
but
now.
yeah. Alright,
Now I really got to go. Mate, have fun finishing off your stream. It was awesome joining.
was
And
great
I
having
hope I
you.
see more. Yeah, I hope to see more of your new capture card content on YouTube and Twitch as well. Later, mate.
Laters, man. Alright, that was Zombie Hunter's Comeback / Skull Crusher, as he's known on YouTube. But yeah, it was nice that he could join like when he could, at least helped out any way he could. But now like this is, of course, everyone has their own lives to attend to, so yeah, it all makes perfect sense. I think it was my mistake standing there, but yeah, I was too caught up in the commentary, so that's my bad. Okay, that's a better position to be in. Okay, not the best position. Yeah, I apologize for this, people, but it's not been too easy. And yeah, the cold is still there, but it's only getting better gradually. And I finally beat Koala Kong, which I should have already beaten already, but what the fuck ever. It's lagging on his end, but it still looks fine on my end. That's weird. Yeah, maybe some of it is to do with his internet, although like, I'll see the bitrate going up now. I don't know, it's probably variant. Or then maybe, I don't know, what I could do is lower the bitrate on Elgato itself within the 4K capture utility, but yeah. Heavy machinery, people. But I know that this is a secret area right here, so yeah. I performed that skip quite nicely. I know I don't have to do this 100%, but I'm just playing it the way I play it. But yeah, I could lower the bitrate down on, like, on the 4K capture utility. But like, I'll probably do that at some point in the future. So yeah, for those of you watching, like, I really appreciate you jumping by. I mean, of course, this is just to test the waters anyway, but for what it's worth, like, it was great to see people, like, come in, and it's nice to have a new follower. It's nice to have gotten a new follower out of this test, out of this live stream test as well. Oh, cunt. I mean, of course, like, I know how Twitch can be. Sometimes, like, you can use followers because some people, well, either some people just choose to unfollow just for the sake of it, and sometimes it's just to do with Twitch's system. Like, it just randomly, like, unfollows people sometimes, and sometimes it's just due to inactive accounts that were following you in the past, but then those said accounts have become deactivated, hence, you know, the actual owner of those accounts being inactive themselves. It's like that of any platform, like YouTube do that as well, same with Twitter and Instagram. But yeah, just coming back to Insane Trilogy is like, it's a real reminder of like of what was good about 2017 in general. And it was just the start of an era as well. This was just the start of a AAA remastered era in general. And it's not over yet. Some of you may think it's over with Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. Especially if now that we have Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time coming out. And wow, the bitrate's actually back up to scratch now, which is pretty good. Whoa. OBS Studio suddenly perked up for sure. But yeah, some of you may think that the AAA remastered era has officially ended with Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, and now that Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time is in the picture. Well, not quite, because there's still like the as mentioned multiple times previously, like there's a like from the same source that pretty much predicted that we were getting a new game, which came true in the end, was also the same. That source, it was also the same source that also predicted that we're getting a PvP game releasing in 2021 for consoles and mobile. So yeah, it's like a home console. It'll be released for home console platforms and mobile platforms, and a lot of speculation around that is Crash Bash related. But some people are also speculating that it's going to be like some sort of battle royale type game with some Crash Bash elements. I mean, I don't mind like a mix of both. I don't mind like having a Crash Bash remaster with some battle royale elements, as long as, you know, they don't go, you know, far too out of the way to where it doesn't feel like a Crash Bandicoot game anymore. Because like, to remaster a game, like the whole point of it is to like make it feel like the original, especially with like the brand new content. Like, still make it feel like the original, but with a breath of fresh air at the same time. And Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled has managed to execute that perfectly. Beanox themselves have actually executed that perfectly with Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. So if this said PvP game coming out in potentially coming out in 2021 actually turns out to be a Crash Bash AAA remaster, then I really hope that's the case, because it'd be really cool to play Crash Bash with online multiplayer plus brand new battle arenas in general. I don't know what everyone else's take is on that, but honestly, like, it's best off finishing the AAA remastered era with Crash Bash. Therefore, like, Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled isn't just sticking out like a sore thumb, like, in terms of the remastered era. Wait, I might see if I can perform that skip, but I'm gonna get 2 masks just in case, but I haven't done that in ages. Actually, I'm not sure if I will, but just for testing purposes, okay, never mind. But yeah, of course, as a guest account, you see all these trophies coming up anyway, so fuck it. So yeah, it's still a likely possibility that the AAA remastered era isn't over just because Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time has entered the picture. Like, especially since... Wait. I just had to clear my throat then, but yeah, apologise for that, people. Although, like, just because, like, one project is in the works, it doesn't mean, like, another can't be in the works at the same time. Okay, let me just see if I can perform this skip. I'm not sure if I can. Okay, that fucked up. That fucked up big time. Okay, now that's not gonna work. It's just gonna waste time. But anyways, it's only a live stream test. I haven't done it in a long time, and I just forgot how to do it. So yeah, fuck it. It's just a live stream test. It doesn't matter that much. You bitch. These physics. But yeah, as I was saying, just because one project is in the works, it doesn't mean like another can't be in the works alongside. Because, fun fact, Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time has actually been in development since, like, pretty much since Vicarious Visions have finished working on Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy. So effectively, Toys for Bob have actually been working on Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time alongside Spyro Reignited Trilogy and Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. Especially like with the help of Beanox, who were the frontline developers of Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, who then had Vicarious Visions as their, you know, background developers per se. So like this is effectively like what Beanox are, like they're like the background developers to Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time. And Toys for Bob are the frontline developers this time round. So yeah, like Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time, 3 years in the making, and it's looking spectacular. But yeah, with this brand new Crash Bandicoot game, 3 years in the making, alongside not one, but 2 AAA remastered projects entirely. I can still confidently say it is possible that we could still be getting a Crash Bash AAA remaster in 2021. Not in 2020, of course, because this is Crash 4's year now. But maybe 2021. As a matter of fact, I hope 2021 would be an amazing year. I hope it's a much better year than this year. Because like every year has just blown everyone's plans up in the air. And that legit just can't be stated enough. Like no one, I just legit can't stress enough how fucked up this year has been for pretty much almost everyone. But what can I say, we just gotta keep on rolling, you know, and be strong for the people who care, and be strong for the people who we care about the most, and for the people who care about us the most as well. Likewise, give and take situation. But yeah, if anything fucked up happens, well, at least we have another reason, like we have like something to blame it on, or just like a plausible explanation per se. It's 2020, anything fucked up can happen, and that's just life. Like this year needs to like disappear, like fuck off completely. But apart from that, I'm still really pumped for Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time. That's one of the good things about this year. And yeah, like I keep saying, like every year is always a good year in terms of entertainment. Like entertainment is like completely separate from your personal life, so if you can separate the two, like then that's pretty much the way to go in terms of living a healthy life per se. Well, living your life with a healthy approach and a healthy mindset. or a more like civilized approach per se. Well, I'll say civilized, but more like, let's just say, like more composed. And I got the gem so effortlessly. I haven't played this in a long time, and I'm getting these color gems so effortlessly. Now. This is next level. Oh man, like, when I go back to playing the Crash 4 demo, like, I'm legit just gonna be throwing these physics out the window again. Just watch. Like, legit, just throw all of Sane Trilogy's physics out of a window all over again. That's what it's gonna be like. As soon as I play the Crash 4 demo all over again, I'm just gonna... It's gonna be legit, just throw all of the physics of Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy out of a window all over again. And learn the new game from scratch. And I can't wait for like the entire game to come out. It's gonna be so sick. But yeah, I've opted for both physical and digital releases myself, so yeah, I'm a collector like that. Yeah, the live stream's actually been pretty chill now. I know no one has commented for a bit of time, but you know, it is what it is, and this is just a test, so like, I think like, presumably, I know that some people would think that tests would be like just short and they just want to stick around for longer live streams. Well, like, yeah, not everyone is to know like what a test, like what the parameters of a test live stream would be or not, because, you know, everyone has their own format of doing everything. The way the Bandicoot bonus round token actually jumps to the side, the way it jumps to, like, you know, the center of the gameplay region. Okay, that was fucking retarded. But yeah, the way it jumps to the center is a bit fucked up. Cause like, you're just putting yourself in danger like that. It's like you're just asking. It's like they're just asking to. It's like they're just asking for the player to be squashed by the fucking barrel. Wow, that respawn point as well. That is actually jokes. And just like that, I got the blue gem. Wow, like, I'm actually getting all these colored gems even though I don't actually fucking need them. Hence I'm not going for 100% in this live stream. I could do, but I'm not, hence it's a test. Pinstripe Potteroo. And yeah, for those of you who are anticipating on me like going back to doing my Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy Let's Play, I'll do that within good time. I'll go back to it within good time, but now that Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time is the main focus, it's gonna take even more time to get back to it. So yeah, I'll just try and live stream as much Crash 4 as possible. Like, within the time I have, of course. What? That's fucking retarded. I was behind the seat. And yes, unlike the original, you can't hit him 3 times on his first 3 hit points, which is fucked up. Again, I was stood behind that, what the fuck. I mean, you legit gotta be frame perfect. Like, picture perfect you gotta be. I mean, even if he's not doing a crouching animation, you should still be able to survive that. That was the case in the original as well, but they fucked that up in the remaster. And here, like, they shoot out like mini rockets in the remaster, so yeah, like they censored some shit. But in the original, he actually shoots out proper bullets. Oh, and there it goes again, like the fucked up physics. But hey, what can you do? You have to work around them. But yeah, apart from that, like the physics in general for Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy are 100% a developer oversight. 100%. There's no other way to describe it. And that's not fucking Dark Souls as like fucking game journalists like would describe it as. I mean, those people are just shit at games in general. For those who just call literally every single game Dark Souls, just because they can't complete it, or because they can't even get past the first fucking level, if anything. And watch, they're gonna start saying the same shit about Crash 4. It's like, bitch, this is nothing like Dark Souls. And as a matter of fact, like, even Dark Souls alone, like, isn't actually that hard, like, once you get to know it. It's like that of any game. Like, you want a game with intense difficulty, try playing games like fucking Super Meat Boy or Oddworld Abe's Exodus. Or even the original Rayman, which, even that game I actually find easier now. I actually find more manageable to complete nowadays. And if the original Rayman isn't enough of a challenge, hell, and even if the original Rayman isn't enough of a challenge for you, actually try taking on Rayman Redemption. Like an epic Rayman 1 reimagined. An epic Rayman 1. Man, an epic Rayman 1 reimagining. Which is effectively like a Rayman fan game that is pretty much like a true to life Rayman 1 reimagining created by Raymani, which is pretty sick. Yeah, I don't know why like it took me a bunch of times to get that, but I felt like, you know, I really had to compose myself properly just to, you know, really properly get it out. So yeah, I sincerely apologize for that, people. But you know, everyone's different, everyone's got their issues. Well, for me, it's not really an issue, it's just there are factors that trip you up, so that can happen to anyone. And for me, that obviously shouldn't be any different. So like, I don't know what anyone's trying to pull if they're thinking of taking the piss here. But anyways, that's a separate topic entirely. Wow, okay, that was a stupid jump, I must admit. That was a stupid ass death. Just one stupid death after another, and there he goes again. Yeah, I'm just autopiloting here, getting all those 4 crates in the back. Okay, that I don't know what the fuck happened there, and wow, I'm actually getting pity masks now. You taking the piss? Whoa, okay. Yeah. Man's on the rope. Yeah, you don't want to be jumping too much, otherwise you'll end up sliding off the ropes. Fuck. Yeah, these controls are pretty finicky. Like, even to this day, I find Insane Trilogy's controls a bit finicky. I know I need to get used to them a bit more as well. But you know, like I said, with Crash 4 coming out now, I'm just legit in an instant gonna be thrown all this knowledge out the window. As with anyone else who's gonna be taking on Crash Bandicoot 4, it's about time. It's like, there's no telling where you're gonna land, especially with like the pill-shaped hitboxes. And they are a fucking problem in these levels, without a doubt. Like, they're a massive fucking problem in these bridge levels. At Road to Nowhere and the High Road. But I still find it hilarious to this day of how, like, back in 2017, this level was famous for so many game overs of like a fuck ton of noobs, not to mention people who are actually experienced with the original as well. Yeah, pointing at you, Lyle, pointing at you, being like, I am the master of Crash. I remember him saying that in his Let's Play as well. But like, he didn't actually get, I know that he didn't actually get a game over in the High Road in his Let's Play, but I remember that he was actually live streaming Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy on the day that it came out, and he actually got a game over on the High Road. As did so many other people. Honestly, don't blame him because of all these physics, man, having to relearn the game all over again. Like, the point of a AAA remaster, especially in terms of physics, is to actually make them feel close to the original, not far away from the original. Yes, we get that in modern day standards of gaming, like physics, like, you know, there's a bar to set, like there are like bar standards to hit to where like where the game has to like play realistically, but of course there's a limit. You can't go too far on that. Because like, there's one thing to like make a game, there's one thing to put realism in, a game, and there's another thing to actually make a game as faithful to the originals as possible if it's a remaster. These effects are cool, especially with the background effects, and the HDR really brings out all the colours. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it legit brings out all the colours, like especially with like all the foreground and background colours. Honestly, like, the game is like, it's never looked any more amazing. It's never looked more amazing, like, in comparison to SDR mode. Of course, PC always tops this shit, but like, in terms of console standards, this is amazing. Like, this is the best you're gonna get. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, there's one thing to put realism in the game, and there's another thing to, you know, go so far from the whole point of remastering a game of its time to where, like, you know, it's not gonna feel like the way it's supposed to. And that's the whole point of remastering a game. You're supposed to make it feel like the way it's supposed to. And in terms of adding realism, like, in order to make a game realistic, you don't have to go out of the way and, like, you know, completely drop the ball and fuck up the physics entirely. You really don't have to change the physics entirely just to make a game feel realistic. Like, putting in, like, making stupid decisions such as creating all these fucked up pill-shaped hitboxes and whatnot. Wow, that pushback there. Like, the way it was pushed, the way Crash was pushed back by that platform mid-jump there. like that collision and all. But yeah, the whole point is to make it faithful to the original. I know I didn't have to do this, but fuck it. That's the first time I'm doing that. But yeah, the whole point is like make a remaster like feel like the original. It doesn't have to be exactly like the original, but as long as it feels close to the original, that's all it takes. That's all it takes to make like a decent AAA remaster. Like Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled is the perfect example of that. It's the epitome of it. It's the epitome of what a AAA remaster should be. Because like not only is it supposed to feel like the originals, it's supposed to like, you know, supersede the originals in terms of gameplay, whereas the physics over here clearly do the exact opposite. I mean, of course, like the physics in Nitro Fueled took a lot of getting used to as well, but at least they were more manageable. You know, like the game, not only does it feel cartoony like the original did, it also felt realistic, but like in a good way. It didn't feel realistic like in a stupid way where they fucked up the gameplay physics. Like, it felt realistic to a point where, you know, it's more responsive, and the physics, you know, in a way they make more sense. Well, arguably, I mean, in a way, like I think there's just one exception in Nitro Fueled where the physics can like fucked up, that are in a way fucked up, but I think there's like, now that I remember, there's like 2 exceptions to that actually. And one of them is where you ricochet off of a wall instead of surfing across them in Sewer Speedway. Like in comparison from the remaster to the original, plus like how you can't ricochet off of rails. Like that really takes the piss, especially when it comes to brand new tracks like Gingerbread Joyride. Like because like in the remaster, instead of like in Nitro Fueled, instead of ricocheting off the rails, you actually respawn as soon as you touch them, or as soon as you land on them. Like especially, and that situation, that case, that scenario is especially a massive piss take when it comes to performing that specific skip in Gingerbread Joyride. Like when, like legit, like not even to like, it's not even just like hitting the bases of the original. It's not just hitting the bases of the original physics, it's also, that's also to do with a bit of realism as well, and that's how you make it good, but like, that's something that they dropped the ball on. But apart from that, they ticked all the right boxes in terms of making, like, you know, a faithful AAA remaster, with not only just recreating the original game from the ground up, but with completely brand new content on the side as well. Okay, that was my bad, I didn't hold X. I mean, I do get why Stefan left early. I mean, it makes sense. I did start this live stream later than I usually would as well. Especially since, like, well, I was just dealing with stuff earlier, plus like I was watching this movie on Amazon Prime earlier on which had Jackie Chan in it. It was pretty cool. Like, I forgot the title of the movie, but it was pretty sick. Like, I really don't know why I forgot the title of the movie, but I can speculate to say that it's, you know, it's actually more to do with how I'm pretty much now just focusing on the present and on the live stream at hand right now, so that's most probably why. I just happened to bring it up now as a topic of conversation. Okay, this bonus round shouldn't be hard. I mean, in the original this is piss easy, but like, I think in the remaster I've also like gotten used to it. I'm not gonna lie, I have like somewhat gotten used to the physics of the Sane Trilogy as well, but... Okay, let's do this shit. Okay, I made it across. About fucking time. Well, there's a better result than the Let's Play. For a fact. Much better result than how it played out in my Let's Play. Like, you don't even want to know. But for those who do, feel free to rewatch the entire Let's Play. It's all in the playlist on my YouTube channel. If you want to endure through like a countless number of piss takes, be my guest. But apart from that, you're still in for one hell of an adventure, because doing the Let's Play itself also at the time like felt like an adventure to me personally, and still does. Especially since, you know, I'm still currently in the middle of it, but it's still on pause. Because of like all this brand new content that's been coming out. But yeah, we got the red gem now. Lights out, bitch. You know, I might do fumbling in the dark just for a laugh. Man, the HDR really does make this level look sick and all. Especially with like the visual effects and everything. And you actually notice the transitions even more now, like you actually see it unfold in like much richer detail. Like you see like the fade in, fade out effect, like from where the light begins and where it ends, to like, you know, much greater detail. You kind of see it like frame by frame. Like, that's pretty much like how you sort of see it. Of course you can't get a box gem because there are 3 boxes up there, but what the fuck ever. Fuck that shit, but doesn't matter. Just had to clear my throat there. In a way, that is sort of a pet peeve, but at the same time, not really. It really depends. But like, for where you can actually, you know, smash an Akaku crate from the distance just by spinning an enemy. Just like spinning an enemy into the distance. Like, in a way, it kills like some of your like, you know, firefly time. Like, it kills like some of your like Aku Aku Ghostlight time per se. It doesn't even matter that I died because I didn't get all the boxes anyway, so fuck it. We don't even have the yellow gem, and you need it from the lab, so fuck it. Man, I've been live streaming for 2 hours now. Or just over 2 hours and 30 seconds now at the very least. Okay, Jaws of Darkness. Okay, well, I have the blue gem, so piss easily. I can actually get the box gem here. I can get both the box gem and the key. But yeah, it's a pretty chill livestream, people. And if anyone else who happens to be watching who's also in the Dingo Crash server, feel free to jump in and join the commentary if you want. If not, I'll just continue having this chill vibe, you know. Just me vibing solo. Just me like playing, riding and vibing solo like a boss. But yeah, anyways, at least, like, if I'm not talking, you get to enjoy the sick gameplay that I'm providing you guys. A hidden gem, yeah, who the fuck saw that coming? But yeah, of course, my commentary, it's as interesting as it gets, but of course you can't have too much of it sometimes. You can only do what your brain tells you what to say, after all. And that's just life. Wow, what the fuck? Okay, slight miscalculation there, but what the fuck ever. Man, like, having invincibility in this area. I feel like there's another Akaku mask. Like, somewhere in there. Actually, no, there isn't. There's no mask in here, I just remembered. It's been a long ass time. Then again, like, especially for, like, you know, a bonus section or just an extra section, like, it's still light work. Like, for me personally, like, I gotta say, like, it's still light work anyway. So, as a matter of fact, like, these extra sections, like, they're small as fuck anyway. So it's like, they still feel as though they're a main part of the level to me personally. Oh yeah, this is what me and Stefan were talking about earlier. Like, if you want to get the second key, always bounce on top of this cobra right here. Otherwise, you fucked up big time. And the second Cortex, and the second Dr. Neo Cortex bonus round token gets blown up in the process. He gets blown to smithereens. All because at that moment, Crash knew he fucked up. Okay, so Dr. Neo Cortex bonus round, here we are. Can't do this shit uncalculated now. Of course I fucked that up. But what the fuck ever, we move. We can only move forward. That's just how it is, that's just how it is, you know, basic philosophy. You can only move forwards. Like, what happens in the past stays in the past. Okay, yeah. Just need to time this better, because earlier on, like, I just autopiloted just then, and that right there was just a minor miscalculation. A basic oversight per se. Well, arguably either an oversight or an undersight, but decide amongst yourselves. Because I really don't give a fuck, like, to each their own. Apart from that, I'm actually having fun at live streaming this game, especially like just for a live stream test. It's pretty cool. What? Wow, okay, yeah. I know exactly how that fucked up, but that was completely unintentional at that point. I shouldn't even be having this much problem in this bonus round. Okay, I autopiloted hard there, or I didn't autopilot hard, I stopped myself from autopiloting just then. There we go. That's what should have happened the first time round. But here we are. But like, here we are anyways. Okay, wait for the key, here we are. And that's the Dr. Neo Cortex bonus round complete, finally. By the way, the HDR effect really does make these bonus rounds look sick and all. It brings out the colours of pretty much every sting. It brings up, like, I don't know why I was gonna say Stingle for just a second there, man. Live commentary's kind of fucking up my words, but yeah, that's what I was meant to do. I figured, like, I was just doing that for the fun of it, you know. But yeah, as I was saying, I really like how the HDR function actually brings out pretty much every single aesthetic that the game has, which is exactly what it does in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. I can't remember if it does that in Spyro Ignited Trilogy. I'm not sure if Toys for Bob have implemented the same function, but Vicarious Visions and Toys for Bob, Vicarious Visions and Beanox have both implemented that function, which is pretty cool. And not only that, but I've pretty much seen that with almost every single game that Activision has published that, you know, is on the PS4. So like, I've seen it happen with the Call of Duty games. Like, they have a HDR filter on them as well, like. Okay, I know I fucked up there. But yeah. I don't usually have this much trouble in these bonus rounds, but just slight miscalculations. And yeah, I'm just testing out this new capture card anyway, which is pretty sick, I gotta say. Like, the whole HDR honestly, like, the 4K 60 FPS HDR10 pass-through, like, the whole 4K 60 FPS HDR 10-bit pass-through feature is a blessing. Like, it's a fucking godsend if anything. Okay, and just like that, we have the gem. Okay, so I got both the gem and the key, so just for the fun of it, I'm just gonna get the gem in fumbling in the dark. Just as a little bonus. Wow, okay. That fell apart quickly. Well, not exactly fell apart, but that was just a minor setback. To say the least, anyway. Yeah, I know there's a bit of a dramatic pause there, but that was partially unintentional. But you get the picture. Shit happens and that's just life. And yeah, jumping on the sides does help. Well, okay, that was really close. Man, motherfucker. And I still made it on top of like these platforms. Well, okay, I fucked up there. That was my fault. Like, I jumped when I shouldn't have. I was on a moving platform. I should have known better not to jump, but man, my reflex actions were telling me the opposite. Yeah, hot tips people, use the ledges if the moving platforms in the middle aren't enough for you, or if you can't wait to get across, or you just want to get this level over and done with. That was so close. Yeah, like, in this level there are so many close calls with these fucking blades. Like, just swinging across the ceiling from side to side. Well, that was a close one and all. Oh, lucky me for not hitting another Aku Aku crate in the distance. Like, we all know how that would have ended up. In this case scenario, however, well, it would have been helpful. It would have been helpful if I wasn't just sliced by that fucking blade just then, but here we are. You know, here the fuck we are anyway. Well, at least in the remaster for clear gems, you know, it doesn't require you to complete the level without dying, as well as smashing the crates, so yeah, there's that as well. So, we still got the gem. So, like, I had literally nothing to lose. Okay, so that's another fun part out of the way now for castle machinery, oh yeah. the perfect opportunity to do the life glitch. So yeah, I'll pretty much be skipping this entire level, but first I'm gonna do the life glitch. And by doing that it's different to how you do it in the original. So instead of like collecting all the lives and then going into the portal, you want to collect all the lives, then pause and exit the level. Because of the speed of how because the speed of the lives actually registering themselves onto the life counter, like in comparison to the original. So yeah, in the original it's different to the remaster. Anyways, I'm gonna pull off this life glitch. And then I'm gonna re-enter Castle Machinery, and I should have over 100 lives now, if successful. And just like that, I have 115 lives. So now that being the case, I'm gonna skip Castle Machinery altogether. Since I already have the green gem, since I've collected the green gem from the Lost City, I have the courtesy of skipping Castle Machinery altogether. I know I could have sped up that animation entirely as well, but what the fuck ever. Okay, Dr. Nitrous Brio. And these blobs aren't an issue. Yeah, it's gonna be an Uncharted reference later on. And I really like how, you know, within the PS4 era, like ever since Crash Bandicoot came back into the spotlight, there have now been like back and forth references between Crash Bandicoot and Uncharted, which is pretty cool. Okay, I lost both of my alcohol masks, which sucks, but what the fuck ever. It is what it is. Okay, I was not paying attention, so yeah, that fell apart quickly. On the plus side, I still have 114 lives, so I still have nothing to lose. Well, either way, like, even with less than 100 lives, I can still, like, complete the game. Like, I'm a professional at the originals and the AAA remasters myself. The originals, of course, I grew up with them, whereas the AAA remasters, I of course had to learn the game all over again. Plus with the knowledge from the original, plus with all my childhood background knowledge of the originals on top of that. Okay, the physics are just different, which is a big biatch, but yeah. Yeah, the reactions, man. The reactions that just... the way the games make me react and shit. Well, the reactions that they give anyway. In terms of how everything plays out, you know. By the way, here's another speedrun strat, which you can only do in the remaster. But I'm not sure if I can actually pull this off, but we'll see. Okay, I know exactly how to do it, but it takes a lot of precision. Like, basically, you actually want to be able to get on top of him and then, like, walk on top of his head in order to, like, you know, take off his final 2 hit points faster. Right, that's how the speedrun strats work. You pretty much, like, you hop on him, like, once or twice within, like, his Hulk animation per se. His Hulk-like animation, so to speak. And then after you've successfully pulled off that strat, you just legit just run on top of him where his head's at in order to eliminate his final 2 hit points. Well, let me check something. Thank fuck it's still picking up my mic. Just had to make sure. Okay, that was really close. I mean, if you do it in a straight line, it's easier to dodge. Whereas like, if you're jumping all over the room, you're just more at risk of getting killed. Okay, yeah, just after the first bounce, this is how you want to execute it. This is exactly how you do the strat. Just eliminate his last 2 hit points within seconds. Yeah, and that Uncharted reference right there, he just legit falls out of... He legit like falls out the window, which doesn't happen in... Which actually doesn't happen in the original. But yeah, here we are. Although like I don't think like you actually saw like the glass smashing animation actually happen because I pulled off that speedrun strat, so yeah, it's actually not hard to pull off once you get the hang of it. But yeah, that's worth at least like what, 1, 2 or at least 3 flex points per se. But like, whatever the amount of flex points it's worth, it really does get the job done. Okay, so yeah, we're in the lab, so in order to get the yellow gem, of course, we have to complete the level and while smashing all the crates without dying. And yes, of course, bonus round deaths don't count, as per usual. Take out these mofos. But I still don't understand like why they didn't, you know, color like those acid blobs or whatever the fuck they are, like the exact same color as they were in the original, like in the lab, because in the lab they were like orange. But instead, like over here, they actually reused the green ones from the Dr. Nitrous Brio boss fight. I mean, I get that they probably, either they did that to save time or it was a developer oversight. And yes, of course, we gotta wait for these to explode in order to get the yellow gem. And that was, of course, that was easier than I managed to do it in my Let's Play as well. So yeah, that's another thing I have going for me. But yeah, apart from that, that's pretty much all I'm getting in terms of gems, just a test. So yeah, right now I'll just be blasting through the Great Hall and of course the Dr. Neo Cortex boss fight. So yeah, the Great Hall, and I'm not gonna lie, this is a nice level, and I know I can go here because of the amount of gems that I've collected, but I don't have all the gems, but I'm just gonna go here just for the fun of it, just because I feel like doing so. But I can't go the whole way because I don't have all the gems. As you can see, there are only 3 clear gems remaining, which of course I'm gonna need the purple gem as well at some point. But in this playthrough it doesn't really matter. But apart from that, the Great Hall has a really nice music. But yeah, this end portal is pretty much the pathway to the you know, the any percent ending, aka the non 100% ending. So that's where we proceed to fight Dr. Neocortex on his blimp ride. Time for the final showdown on the blimp. And I remember when this boss fight used to be challenging as fuck, but now it's just piss easy. And it's funny because it became challenging again when Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy was new because of the way they paced out the shots in comparison to the original. But now it's just like, what the fuck ever, this shit's light work, bro. That timing, that precision and timing right there. Well, okay, I know where I fucked up there. I jumped to completely the wrong side. Like, I went in the complete wrong direction with that jump, and I don't even know why I jumped there. That was a green shot. Yeah, that's the thing with the remaster. They actually paced out the green shots in comparison to the rest. Like, the green shots which he can actually spin right back at him, they actually paced them out. Wow, that combo was actually far more piss easier than the last combo that he shot out. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, that's on me. I wasn't paying that much attention, which I should have, but what the fuck ever. I was just looking at my stats on Twitch, just for like a split second, like, I just, you know, had a quick glance at them. Apart from that, this is actually piss easy. But I still personally don't find this hard myself, based on my personal experience. Cause like, I know I've gotten really good at the game, so like, personally I find it easy. Plus, like, I know the cycles, so, okay, that combo is more complicated unless you know exactly what you're doing. Well, I knew exactly what I was doing, it was just more wrong place, wrong time. Per se. It was more to do with just being at the wrong place at the wrong time in order to actually be able to chain both. Like, that was the situation there. And no one wants to land in that predicament. Especially if you're speedrunning the game any percent, you certainly don't want to land yourself in that sort of predicament whatsoever. But then again, speedrunning, of course, you need to have the type of mindset where it's all trial and error until you get like the best run you can possibly achieve. Like, for set category. Of course, like, that cancelled out a second shot because the first shot of that combo is already in the air, so yeah. Like, you don't even need to be moving the entire time, like, you could just be standing there and you could still, like, not be harmed. You just need to know the cycles. That's all you need to know. Just like which ones like go up and which ones go down. Like which ones go above and which ones go below. And like how each one of them just fly. And how like each one just flies across the screen. or in like a curved sort of pattern. But yeah, with me it's just, I don't know, it's just, it's not really to do with skill, it's just to do with just timing, that's all it is. Even though like I don't normally have an issue with timing these jumps or anything, it's just sometimes it's just either like spacing out or just memory in general. Okay, final shot. Piss easy. Cortex incapacitated. Okay, so here we are. So like, made it to the credits. I think I'll just let them roll for the fun of it. And then I'll just end the test there. And I don't have to, but I'll just do that for the fun of it. Just so you can appreciate all the hard work that they put in. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it was hard work, but at the same time it was quite rushed. I remember hearing that. Like, I actually remember hearing that Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy was originally going to release like around September 2020. I mean September 2017, September 2020. Imagine if it was going to release in September 2020, man, it would be much better quality build than this. Hell, not even that. It would be like we would legit have like Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, like assets right here. Like everything would be exactly as it would be in Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time if that was the case. But yeah, originally what I heard, like from back in the day, originally it was gonna release around September 2017, which was pretty much around the time where Crash Bandicoot made its 22nd anniversary on the 9th of September 2017. And to be honest, it would have played out better like that, because then the build quality would be, you know, more polished. They would have had time to tweak the mechanics. They could have realized that, oh, we fucked up with putting in these pill-shaped hitboxes and all this shit, so we have the perfect opportunity to fix that. I do like the background music, like in these, I do like the mashup or the mega mix that they put in the background of like the credits screen. Although, in all honesty, I wish that, you know, the credit screen was different for each game, but unfortunately for all three games in this AAA remastered trilogy was the exact same credit screen, and that's only for beating the game any percent. And of course, additional development support from Toys for Bob. Yes, Toys for Bob were also the background developers for this game, whereas Vicarious Visions were the frontline developers for this game. So yeah, Toys for Bob, the people who were previously working on Skylanders and were also the front. So yeah, Toys for Bob, who were previously the frontline developers for both, like, all of the Skylanders games, plus Spyro Reignited Trilogy, and now Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. And it's amazing the amount of work they got done on Crash Bandicoot 4. like within like the past 3 years, alongside working on Spyro Reignited Trilogy and Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. Like, that is a, you know, joint effort from both Toys for Bob and Beanox. And of course, Beanox were of course working on they were working on Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, so like they had no involvement with Spyro Ignited Trilogy, but they were like, but since they were also working on Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, along with Toys for Bob, like, of course, like, you know, Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled would have been like, you know, another project to mention, you know, alongside the development of Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. Hence they are the frontline developers of Nitro Fueled, so yeah. I don't know if that registered correctly, but yeah. Hence they were the frontline developers of Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, so yeah. Man, I'm so pumped for Crash 4. And like, the gameplay trailer is so cool. It's unreal. Like, everything in that trailer is so lit. Like, that game is completely unreal. No pun intended. Hence it's using Unreal Engine 4. It's like, man, I called it. Like, Unreal Engine is legit the go-to engine now. It's like the go-to engine to use for making a new game, period. So it seems that they've ditched the Alchemy engine after Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, but with this, you know, supposed PvP game, which might possibly be a Crash Bash AAA remaster, I'm not sure whether it will reuse the Alchemy engine for one last time, just to remaster Crash Bash, or whether they'll actually use Unreal Engine. Because like, they managed to, you know, transition Spyro's model from Spyro Ignited Trilogy from Spyro Ignited Trilogy to Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, and they're both completely different engines, and you know that you can't port models and assets from one engine to another. You have to recreate them from scratch, so yeah, clearly they must have had that model ready made. If that's even 100% the case. If not, then for those of you who know the real story behind that, feel free to state what it is. But yeah, apologise for coughs and shit. Oh, hey Chrissy, welcome to the live stream. Yeah, I'm pretty much finishing off, but it was a really fun live stream, especially for a test. And yes, once again, Stefan was also in the commentary, but then he had to go because he had to wake up for work in like 1 or 2 hours, well, roughly 1 hour now, but anyways. Yeah, he left much earlier on, but he helped out a bit. Chris is like, fuck, just got here. I know, a piss take in it. But yeah, this is just a test anyway. But yeah, feel free to watch it back on YouTube whenever it's archived. Although it's gonna be archived on Twitch as well, so yeah. as soon as this live stream's over, you can legit like watch it back straight away on Twitch if you want to. But of course, it's more fun to watch people actually being live themselves. So like, at the same time, I would completely understand why you wouldn't do that. So yeah, 100%, it's better to watch people when they're live. But you know, when things become what they are, what can you do? You know, that's just life. Yeah, I posted it in the Seldom Discord server as well. Like, I posted it in like your Cell Discord server. So then like, you know, people can just check it out. Oh yeah, by the way, as you can see, or as you can probably see, I've actually just hit 200 followers as of this live stream. Yeah, I know it might drop, which in a way I'm sort of anticipating because of how Twitter's system is like. So yeah, I'm only like 75% ecstatic about it. But hey, it's still an achievement, alright? And as I've mentioned earlier, for my 200 followers special celebration livestream, I actually plan to do a Crash Bash 200% completion livestream, which is gonna be one hell of a challenge. Honestly, the credits are over already. I was watching it on Twitch, okay? But yeah, it doesn't matter because I'm responding to your comments now anyway. But yeah, it's gonna be one hell of a challenge. It's gonna be brutal masochist shit right there. Some next brutal masochism shit. Some next level. Oh yeah, and by the way, like, you can see like all these visuals, the way they stand out. That's because of the HDR 10-bit function. Looks sick. Like, it's amazing like what this, you know, 4K 60 frames per second HDR 10-bit pass-through function can do. It's a fucking godsend. But anyways, just to recap what I said earlier on about like some live streams that I have lined up. Like, I actually have quite a few live streams lined up before the release of Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time, which is coming out on Friday the 2nd of October 2020. So like, if all goes to plan, tomorrow I actually plan to do a live stream on the Crash Bandicoot mobile alpha prototype build on the BlueStacks 4 Android emulator, which is pretty sick. And I tested it out. I've been testing out BlueStacks 4 on OBS Studio like much earlier on, like before I started this live stream, and it worked pretty well. So yeah, it's manageable for what it's worth. And as a matter of fact, I can't wait to share that with you people as well. And I know that some of you people would, and I know that some of you lot have already seen it. Some of you may have already watched Abdul's live stream on it back when, you know, roughly around the time where it first surfaced the internet. So yeah, pretty much I'll be, you know, bringing it back in order to pretty much, you know, build up the hype for Crash 4 even more, especially since, you know, this Crash Bandicoot mobile game is actually pretty much set within the events of Crash 4 as well, but in a way it's like a side game because it's also set in the multiverse, just like Crash 4. And for those of you who are unaware what the Crash Bandicoot mobile game is, it's Crash Bandicoot on the Run, but the alpha version is called Crash Bandicoot Mobile. So yeah, I'll be live streaming, hopefully I'll be live streaming the alpha version of that game tomorrow. So yeah, effectively, hopefully I'll be live streaming the alpha version of Crash Bandicoot on the Run. Like tomorrow, I might be live streaming a bit earlier, but I'm not sure. But we'll see. And then like afterwards I have 2 separate live streams planned. So yeah, the day after that I plan to, or night after that even, I actually plan to live stream the Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time demo for the PS4, and then perhaps the day or night after that I plan to live stream the Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time demo for the Xbox One. And it's all gonna line up nicely for the road to Crash 4. Chris, I think it might be like, I'm not sure exactly, I can't give an exact time, but if I was to like give a rough estimate, I'd probably say like probably around 7, 8 or 9 or 10, depending on how things play out. It really depends. But yeah, these live streams that I have lined up, I plan to, you know, make them really eventful. So for those of you who are anticipating them, like, feel free and be sure to stay tuned. And invite as many people as you can in order to hype it up even more. Because that's exactly what we need. Okay, so pretty much like I've gone on for as long as I can, especially for the test, and I pretty much did this live stream to test the waters on how long this capture card would actually last. So like what I did basically was to live stream for pretty much a substantial length that I would usually, you know, live stream at, especially if I was to do a live stream within like certain live stream series per se, or just like an eventful live stream in general, so to speak. And as a matter of fact, the Elgato game Capture HD60S has actually achieved that. It's actually, I've had literally no cut-offs whatsoever within the past 2 hours, nearly past 3 hours now. But yeah, like I've had amazing luck with this capture card in terms of live streaming. I know that there were bitrate issues earlier on, but I think that's completely unrelated to the capture card itself, and more to do with how Twitch and OBS Studio were like interacting with each other. By the way, Chrissy, like, you're also gonna be impressed by some of the strats that I pulled off. Like, I pulled off some strats that I haven't done in a long time in Sane Trilogy, and I've never showed them on camera either until now. I've never showed them on there until this point in time, to this very day, to this very present day. So like, if you watch this back, like, prepare to be amazed. Anyways, I've gone on for as long as I need to go on, perhaps longer than I should have, but what the fuck ever. It was fun and eventful, even for a live stream test. It was still fun, especially since I officially hit 200 followers, so yeah, something great came out of this like rather lengthy live stream test that I've just done. And with that being the case, I might as well like jump straight onto doing the outro before I leave this running any longer. So yeah, for those of you who are watching this live on Twitch, feel free and be sure to follow my Twitch channel in order to keep yourself updated for future live streams, and stay tuned for future eventful live streams that I potentially have lined up for whatever's to come in the future. For those who anticipate it, and for those of you who are watching this live on YouTube, and for those of you who are watching this archived on YouTube, feel free and be sure to subscribe. Feel free and be sure to subscribe, like, or rate, however you want to put it. Drop a comment below to leave constructive feedback if you possibly can, and or share around with your friends and family, whoever they may be, and see you lot on whatever's up next on my channel. Until then, laters everyone, peace out.